Hey, Pro Dumpster Diver back at it again. So we have our goal that came up. This was the goal that we actually got. I don't think this was from the game boards. This is from a few things. The glass is still hot, by the way. I had this on the heater after I did the straining for everything, and I'm going to use the same gold finger that we did to scoop this out and weigh it. I have special tweezers that I actually found dumpster diving, which are pretty good. These are so very nice, and these are the needle ones there, very sharp. Now, if we can look in this, we clearly see there's a lot of green, and man, this thing is still hot. This green, let me put this on the bottom of it here to pick it up a bit. There we go. This green is the green plastic that we've had in there right now. Ooh. Yeah, we got to be able to pick some of the plastic out. Thing is, it has a lot of gold on it, and I got to be careful doing that right now. And I don't want to truly disturb all of that there, as in this is still very important. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to weigh this. So we need to take all the gold out, and you guys already know we need to put it inside of our container. Okay, and to do that, we do have our trusty little, what would you call this, little funnel right here. And the good part is it's a small amount there, and this is being hot. So let's see if we can scrape this off as best as we can to get this down. Ooh, there we go. All right, she's coming apart a bit. It's a bit flaky, but this is, oh, careful. Careful there. Yeah, the dust is coming up right now. Okay, so it's coming off. It's coming apart. It's taking its time. All right. And when you have dried gold like this is usually what happens. It ends up being like this right now. Okay, so we're going to try scraping that up a bit. Just getting that out. As you can see, moving that, just scraping that up there. Getting that off as best as we can, and then tilt it. And then we're going to go over, try to get the ends of it a bit, and scrape that up. All right, a lot of this is dry. Also, try to have this, when you do it, use a container, because pieces of this can actually fly out, and you don't want all that flying out. And then what I want to do is I want to get all the gold from around the edges here. And do that. I'm using this PVC, just scraping the bottom to get all of that up as best as I can there. All right, so we can clearly see it's very, very shiny right now, which is beautiful. There's a lot of shine in here right now. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, and always go in the middle and scrape that up as best as you can. Okay, and then I just tap that. Ooh, look at that. Look at that shiny one there. We got a nice, I got to be careful with you. Very, very careful. Beautiful piece of gold right there. Beautiful. Okay. And so what we have to do is, so the method we're going to do is we have our Ziploc. We have this. We're going to put this in here. We need to get it fine-tuned. Okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to use a card. So I have a little card here. I am going to fold this in half, just like that. Okay. We fold it in half, and we're going to put our gold on this card, and we're going to put it in the funnel. Okay. So we're going to put, oh, careful, our gold on the card there. Okay. We have our gold on the card right now, and we're going to put this into this funnel. Come on. Now, once you get to the top, you can stop. I'm going to put this back to the glass container. Okay, now what I want to do is I went to the dollar store and actually picked these up. These are just little paintbrushes, right? And I'm going to push this down in there so that, and I want you to see that, so it can actually go down into the Ziploc part there. What I'm also doing is I'm actually breaking up the gold as best as I can, which is very, very important. I don't use the other piece there because I want that to go down, but I'm breaking it up into smaller pieces right now, which is very, very important. I'm pushing it down in there, getting that down, which is very, very important. And then also look at it, make some space, make sure you have air in there right now, and you have more space to do that. Okay? So that's what we want to do. This part is very, very important. Okay? Push that piece down, and it's making those pieces smaller. It's making those flakes smaller, which is very, very important. Okay? And then we can look at the top and see what's going on there. We'll just push that down. Okay? Good. And all of that is down in there. All right? And then we're going to take the rest of our piece here, and if it goes inside the glass container, that's fine. Get all the dust we can there. And then we can pour the rest of that in. Just circle that up and push that down. Everything should be able to fit inside. I'm going to move it to this side here where I have more space in the Ziploc, and just a couple pieces actually. Just get that in there. And you want to act tough. And there's a little dust moving around right now. Okay. I'm just going to shake that part off. And then we have a little bit more in here. Not that much, but it's a sustainable amount. Okay. Have this part. Have our little dust there. And then some of the things you can do is actually just tap it to get that to go in. Let's use this part here. All right, that's it. Okay, and then what you can do is you can actually always just spray this with some rubbing alcohol, use the paintbrush, and then just move some of this over to something else here. Okay, and I want to double check in there. Okay, good. All right, now we have our gold in the Ziploc. Okay, what we're looking at is we have a bit of green in here. We also have gold, which is very important. And when you bring this to someone, they're going to weigh it and they're going to test it and they're going to know what type of scrap you have, because this actually came off of some boards here. Now this, I would say maybe 4 grams. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are actually going to test this. Okay, we're going to test it right now. We're going to weigh it. We haven't done this in a while here. 0 grams. Always zero it out. Ooh, damn, sorry about that. Always zero it out. Now, sometimes you can actually take a piece and test it to make sure that your scale works there. 14 grams. Okay. Take that off. Okay. I'm going to wait. And I'm going to use this to test from now. From there. 14 grams. Okay, good. All right. I wonder if we can test something that's 1 gram. Maybe not that. Okay. All right. So we're going to go ahead and test our gold right now. 4 grams. What did I say? Did I say it was 5? Okay. All right. Good. So we got 4 grams here of gold right now. Now this is not pure. I'm going to end up losing about half of that, and that's going to end up making, if I lose half of that to be 24 karat, it'll be 2 grams 24 karat. Gold right now is a certain amount. If you look at APMEX, let me get my other phone here. APMEX is where I do check. If you go on gold.org, it's going to give you different prices of gold. So I'm actually going to go ahead and actually look up APMEX.com right now. Precious metals, APMEX. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to look up APMEX, and we're going to hit the gold part here. This is the price of gold. It's 41. Went up, it went down. They're always trying to show you ads there. Okay, 4,140. It's crazy because gold has actually been going up. So I want to show you this here. In a year, this is where gold has been so far right now. See that? That's gold going up. Okay, going from 2,500, 33,000, 3,500 to 4,000. Then it went higher, then it went down. Now, within 3 months, gold is actually still climbed. It's still climbing, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to go down, and I want what gold is per gram right now. Okay, here we go. Gold price per gram is $131, okay? So if I have 2 grams of 24 karat, 131 times 2, I get 262, okay, which is pretty good. All right, and I always want to double weigh that right now, so I will take this off, put this on. Yeah, so that is 4 grams. All right, guys, I got the right amount. This is 4 grams of gold. Now, I might have a bit gold in there to get it 4.5 grams, but I may need a scale that does points within that. So it does like 1/10 of a gram or 100th of a gram. I know pennies are like 3.5 or anything like that, okay? All right, that's what we got today right now. That's our gold inside of here. I'm going to go ahead and label this, and that's all. Dumpster Diver out.